Tell you about the first week of classes and the second week of classes, because these two stories, they go together. They go together. Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Iduma, and if this is your very first time tuning in and checking out this YouTube channel, thank you so much for checking this channel out. I hope you do subscribe and join the family. And if you are returning because you're part of the notification gang, I love you so much. You're the realest. I love you truly. I say that, but I do mean it. I absolutely love you. In today's video, I decided to share with you, just because you people did say, you people wanted it. Tolu said, Ayomide said she wanted the video of the first week. Who else? A lot of you said that. Abigail said so. Let's check the comments just to be sure that I'm giving everybody the right shout out they deserve, because you guys are the realest. Grace, I love you. You asked for this. And also to the girl shrink, she joined the gangster squad, and I'm very excited to make this second video and share the first week of actual classes with you, because it was interesting. But I'm going to tell you the first week of classes with the second week of classes. And thank you so much for every one of you from the first video I made on the very first week. It really meant a lot that sometimes you make a video and you just think, oh, I'm just the only one going through this is just a personal struggle. But I'm very grateful that some of you were blessed by the video, and some of you were encouraged by the video, and some of you felt discouraged by the video. But I just want to tell you that it's just like when you start any new thing, it's going to be slightly hard. That's because that's not what you know how to do, and it's something new, and eventually you'll find your rhythm, eventually you find your balance. So damn, don't be afraid. So the very first week of classes was on a Tuesday. The first day of class was on a Tuesday, and all through the weekend up until Monday, I was really preparing for this first week of class. Like this first day, I was like, I don't know, subconsciously I had crammed the notes I had made. Like, so when you read it over and over again, so subconsciously it was in my head. I was just ready there. And then now, not like but there's a face you have in class, and then there's a face you have in real life. I had already perfected my fake girl smart look face. Naturally I have these glasses, so all I just needed to do was just be like this. Automatically you think I'm very serious and I'm listening to you, but I might not be. So I had perfected all my looks, I had made my notes, and I went to the class. And then I got to the venue, and before I could find where the actual class was in that building, Siri will take you to the building but will not take you to where the class is. Before I could find the location, I was already like late for the class. People couldn't even believe I was actually there in the class. I was already kind of feeling sad that I was late. After like the first hour of him teaching, then the second hour is for like the seminar where everybody comes and discuss on what the material was telling us and stuff like that. And then we went in there and everybody introduced themselves just to let the lecturer know who he's talking to, and everybody was seated there. It was like kind of like a big table, so everybody's like in a circle, and then we sat down there. And then this man was like, tell me your encounter with insecurity and stuff like that. At first the question threw me off, because first of all, that is not in the notes. Like I was not prepared for that. Like my own encounter with insecurity. My encounter with insecurity is when my account balance is insecure. That is my insecurity. When I start owing Zenith Bank, I am insecure. So do I tell you about that last time I was broke, or the last time I was owing Access Bank, or the one I was owing Zenith Bank? It was kind of confusing. So I just made up some things, when I was, because I actually stayed in Jos. I did my NYC in Jos, and Jos is kind of sketchy, so it's insecurity. So I just made it sound all posh and stuff. So he was not like, on a loose sheet of paper. This particular lecturer loved loose sheet of paper. My exercise book was becoming very empty because I was tearing leaves of sheet of paper in every class. On a loose sheet of paper, draw what insecurity means. What security is. Yes. People of God, if you don't know this now. I don't know how to draw Shengbang. I was like, I was thinking he was telling us going to write something, to talk about something, like, hey, draw. Just be prepared for the unpreparable. Like, I don't know how to draw pencil, I don't know how to draw a cup. The way I draw fish is X, and then another X at the back for tail. Oh God. I was just there. I could not draw anything. People were there drawing, expressing themselves in an artistic way. I just wrote down what security is on myself. Just wrote it down for myself. Whatever you see, you take. Because legit, I cannot draw. I cannot visualize what security is. Security, what do I put? My bank account in peace, or me sleeping, knowing that nobody's coming to kill me, nobody's going to kidnap me. Those things are very security to me. After everybody drew, they placed everything, paper down, everybody spoke about it, and you know, from the diagram, it's funny how from the littlest things they see so much meaning. I was just seeing bad artistic work, but yet people were seeing security in that paper. I was seeing nothing but bad artistic work, but ish, people see things I can't see, so I can't judge them, you know. The class ended, then the next class. Now, I want to tell you, the weekend, I think on the Saturday, before the actual week for class, we had this fine dining experience in this rich, exclusive, extravagant place like this. Marbles everywhere. I think I even have a picture of the place. And then everybody was dressed to the T. This was like a week before this week, I'm telling you. Everybody was dressed to the T. Me, I did not get that memo that everybody should be dressed with the T. If not, I would have peppered them. Wallahi. And I accidentally went there with my sweatpants, sweatshirt, and sneakers. Everybody was on suit and tie, a dress, looking nice, makeup. On normal day I don't make up, but then that day I would have applied lip gloss like today. You get? I was just looking like a madman, and I arrived. Hi. That's because on WhatsApp, they had sent that information out. WhatsApp, as a student, better join that WhatsApp group. Even if they're saying irrelevant things, just be there. One relevant thing will come. I now believed that every information on that WhatsApp is real. On my own timetable, the class was telling me to go to a particular location, but on the WhatsApp group, they were now saying that the lecturer had changed the location of the class to a particular location. Apparently, the classes were in groups, and my actual group was the one on my own timetable, and the other group was the one that they actually changed the venue. So because I didn't want that situation of I'll now miss out and I'll now be in the wrong place, or at the like I will just miss out, I now went to that other venue. And then the funniest thing is, I thought, because I always pick an accommodation very close to the university just for convenience sake, and I would always recommend that people do live close to the university. You could live far. Sometimes living far means getting a cheaper accommodation, but living close to me is just, it saves you like transportation money, because now you need to transport yourself, except if you want to like start moving around with your Land Cruiser, Legacy's Benz, my dear. But if you cannot walk around with your Legacy's Benz, like, ish, why be a Land Cruiser when you can just cross the road and go to school? So because my accommodation is close to school, I legit thought that place was going to be close to school. So I left around 8:40. This place was 21 minutes away. And then I blame Nigerian Siri for taking me to places I don't know, but legit, I don't know direction. So plus my indirection and Nigerian Siri's indirection, I got there late. And I sat down there, I was huffing and puffing because I literally ran to the class. Then the attendance now passed, I didn't see my name. I still just thought, you know, it's the first week, they haven't put my name on the database. Hey, I wasn't actually meant to be in that class. I had sat down there for like 15 minutes before I personally realized that was not my class. When I then realized that I had to walk all the way to my actual class, meaning I came late for that class, I was so sad. But then because I already came late now, I was not trying to like participate in the class. When they ask what is intelligence, I'll be like, auntie. You know, when you ask me definition, don't ask me, so how do you think? Why do you? Don't ask me why. Don't ask me, you know, all these depth questions. How, why? Don't ask me how and why. I don't like those questions. But if you ask me what is, auntie, I was down there, auntie. But if you not ask, how has intelligence evolved? Class now ended. Next day, Thursday, last day of class. I came like slightly late, but not that bad, like maybe 7 minutes late. Not that bad. So that class was very interesting. And then me, I don't like really answering questions in class. So I let them answer like the hard questions. Then anyone that is like, what is? I will not answer. And these people will be answering all the hard questions. When they not asked simple question, what is culture? People were just there looking around. What is culture? I was just like, this is your opportunity to be smart. You guys don't know what culture is. Me, I know what culture is. It's social studies, way of life. Uncle. Culture is people's way of life. So those were the only things I answered in class. I was feeling very good and very proud of myself. At the same time, I felt bad because I was going late for all the classes. Then the next week, I now said, I am going to come early for all the classes. And the Tuesday class, we now had the readings for cloth sweets. I read the reading. I didn't fully understand cloth sweets. I got the gist, like I got what he was trying to say. I got where he was, I got his drift, but then I didn't get his landing point. Do you get? So I knew I had done the readings as best as I could. I was like, I'm going to go early for this class because Tuesday class was the class I went the most late for. So in my head, I have eye problem. Forget these glasses I'm wearing. I still cannot see. This is slight decoration. I checked the timetable. In my eyes, I saw 11 o'clock. But in actual sense, my class was 10 o'clock. Woke up very early. I woke up by like 5. Really took my time, dressed up, went through my notes again, and started leaving the house by like 10:30. My class had already started, mind you. Me, I did not know. My eye problem did not let me see it. I now got to my class by 10:56. Let me tell you, when I was entering that building, that language building, the way I was walking, I need to stand up to tell you this. The way I was walking into that class, I was walking into that class with so much confidence. I was like, I'm going to come in early, and maybe 4 minutes early. I felt so proud of myself. Gangster, proud of myself. I was then coming into the class. My lecturer had already come to the class, so I was just like, today, professor is early. That's nice. Me too, I'm early. I now entered the class. And I thought I was early. So my school bag, I don't know, I was carrying this particular water bottle. This thing is stainless. As I was now coming in, it now hooked to the door, like my jacket hooked to the door. And then as I was trying to unhook myself from the door, I was then making this noise. You get all this kind of noise. People were now turning back to look at me. Everybody was seated down. I was like, it had not dawned on me that class had actually started. I now entered and I sat at the back. As I sat down, everybody now started standing up. And then I was like, this is not secondary school where we're greeting, good morning, Mr. Lecturer. You get, like, I was confused. He was not like, so guys, I'll see you guys next week. People now started packing their bags, started going. And then I was just there, I was so confused. And I saw this girl, I was like, sorry, please, what time was this class? The girl told me 10 to 11. I entered the class 10:56. Walked into that class like a gangster. Like with so much confidence, so much poise. And I even sat down there, brought out my notes, my biro. I was ready. Class had ended. Hey! Jesus, so one year. Everybody was looking at me in that class. Why bother come to the class? I'm like, fam, I paid my school fees. And my school fees was high. That is why I'm coming into this class. My heart just sank. I was like, God, I was trying to be early. God, you know my intentions were supposed to be early. I went for the seminar. You know, this man had already seen me coming late. He was now saying, so how was the reading with classmates? You know how it is in Nigeria now. Everybody just nods their head. Any question? Do you understand? That's exactly what I was doing in that class. And I sat down there. How was the reading? Was it easy? Did you like it? He now turned, looked at me, so, oh girl. I was like, how did this man even know my name? Hey God, that's alright. This is not the day for somebody to remember my name. So, Ugo, what about the reading was interesting? First of all, nothing in that reading was interesting. That was the first thing. Second of all, I didn't understand Jack. I know what he's trying to say, but that guy was too scattered. Like, he couldn't even complete his own book because he had to die. The thing was, like, it was so incomplete that the thoughts had not sunk together. So, as a reader, it can't sink together no matter how much I tried. I was just there. I was not trying to make sense. You're like, oh, okay, interesting. You know, here, even if you don't make any sense, it's always going to be interesting. They're not those kind of people that are very condescending. Because let me tell you, my lecturers back at home, if you're not making sense, they'll tell you you're not making sense. It has its upside, because when you're not making sense, it's good you tell me that I'm not making sense and tell me why I'm not making sense. But sometimes the Nigerian lecturers, they will tell you you're not making sense, but without love. Like, they just make you seem stupid. But here, even if you're saying the dumbest thing in the whole wide world, they will just make you feel so good about yourself. And it's a good thing, because they encourage you to be confident, to speak your mind, and it's a good thing. But sometimes when I'm not making sense, tell me I'm not making sense, you know. Don't tell me everything is it. I don't like that. It's not it. So when I'm like confused, don't say that's a good idea. Don't know. That's the thing too. Not everybody's a big girl like me. Not everybody can take that kind of criticism. So I get it. And you don't know who has tough skin. You might be thinking, oh, because I'm African now, I can take tough things. You know that I'm the sensitive African. You don't know if you're meeting a Yoruba sensitive person. Shade. The next class was like Wednesday intelligence class. I always loved that class. The only thing I know about intelligence is FBI, you know, James Bond. So it was very intriguing to me. But then again, that's not what we're doing. We're not doing James Bond. We are not doing anything James Bond here. Nothing James Bondy. Although this semester we've been getting a lot of James Bond kind of vibe. I've been seeing all these KGB kind of guys up here. So that is it. That is it for the whole class. So what's the moral lesson of the first week? There is something you offer in that class. Every member of your class is different. Every member of your class has different sense level. And your sense level, despite if you think it's high or low, that is what adds value to that class. Simplest questions are what is culture, people don't know. You might actually be the only one that will be auntie. And that is why you're in that class. Whether you think that thing is insignificant, it matters, because people in that class, they don't know it and you know it. That is what you offer in that class. There are some certain things that's come up in the class, maybe issues, topics that people do discuss in that class, and genuinely I don't know them. But then the thing is this: when you talk about Nigeria that I'm an expert in, you get, I have something to offer there. I have a voice there. I speak about those things, and I'm comfortable speaking about it because that is what I bring personally to that table. When some people maybe talk about maybe the Middle East, or maybe Turkey. If you talk about Turkey now, or the politics in Turkey, my friend would bring it for you. If you talk about the Pacific, I have friends too that are experts there. They'll tell you, see, the United States, look at what they're doing to us in the Pacific. So every single person has something to offer in the class. And right now, my sun is going down. Really is going down. And it's coming back up. The weather here is crazy. When I came, my daddy was like, oh, you have to represent the African context. continent, you have to bring the Nigerian context to every class, in every discussion. And then for me, I was like, I don't want to be labeled, as an African girl or as any other thing. Just call me an intellectual. When you're not either or, but you're just in between. But then I'm not either or. I am African, and I genuinely can bring mostly African context. And honestly speaking, I have come to this point where I really don't care. All my essays, I try as much as possible to do an African context. Yes, it's a comfortable context for me to talk about, but then it's because it's my strength, and I'm going to leverage on my strength. When it comes to my continent, I might not have a context on it, but once I read it, I can relate with the story because I'm African. And genuinely, every African country is different, but yet there's always a common thread in my own continent. Same thing with the European. Every European country is different, but then there's a common thread. And that is what makes every single person matter in the class. So it was a diverse class, but then that week I was like, this is why I'm in this class. Those are the perspectives I bring in. I bring in an African perspective. When I answer questions, I answer the ones that you don't know because they have taught me since JS1. Social studies, what is culture? Yes. And I own it. Thank you so much for watching the video. I hope you did enjoy the video. I hope this video is short. I really hope this video is short. If you liked this video, give the video a thumbs up. The thumbs up button really helps my channel grow. And also too, if you have any questions, any comments, if you just want to just comment, love you, hate you, whatever it is, comment down below. And if you want any clarification on anything, on how to move into a class despite being late confidently, comment down below, because I'm the queen of moving in confidently into late classes, because I go and sit in front even and I'll be like, yes, it's my school fees, yes. Hope you stay tuned because more content is coming from me.